Okay, this is cin2003 week 10 lecture about configuring file and share access. So we all agree that the server or domain services is good for us. One of the usages or the advantages of having a centralized or client server network is I can share files with others. So I can have a centralized location to share files. Okay. Okay. So this will enable users to collaborate, and it will help you to back up your files and to protect company information by controlling access to these computers, to these files. And this will reduce also the number of shares. Okay. Are all the advantages of having a file sharing strategy, and also to insulate users from the sharing and permission assignment process. It's done by the administrator for security reasons. A well-designed sharing strategy is you should have a private storage space, such as if you go to your My Document, you will find your private storage space. We call it a home folder. This is only for you. Then you have a public storage space where each user can store files that he or she wants colleague to be able to access, and like department files. And then access to a shared workspace for communal and collaborative documents. When you are working on a project with team from other departments, then you can have also a share. But you need also to be able to control access. And there is a rule, common rule. Always give least privilege. Those who does not need privilege, don't give them privilege as an administrator. Okay? So we call this the least privileges. Users should have only the privileges that they need to perform their tasks. No more. Users should have complete access and control of their own files, but no privileges to other people's private files, of course. They can sue us if we do that. Users should have complete control of their own public folder, but limited access to others. In the shared workspace, users should have privileges based on their individual needs. Administrators should have privileges to have full control over users' private and public folders, of course. Sorry, which one? Which one? Which line? Third, users should have complete control of their own, but limited access to others. Yani, it depends. Like, okay, I have full control of my files, but there are some, like the department, they have some general policies. They want people to be able to see it, but not modify it. So this is limited access. Okay, but your own files, you should be able to do anything. Okay.
The admin chooses which files you can
Controlling access, always assign permissions to security groups, not to individuals. So this is the rules. First, I will put the users in a group. Then I will apply the policy to the group. Don't apply policy to individual, because individual will move from department to department. The best practice is to put the users in a group, then give the privilege to the group, and a students group. Then I will assign the privilege. Okay, to security group. Utilize domain local groups and global or universal groups to simplify administration. In special cases, use deny access and TFS permission to override assigned permissions. You can override by using this command. Okay, you have some permissions, but you are troubleshooting, you want to know, you have something changes, you can override by using this command. Any questions? We'll show you a video, or I'll send you a link to a video that also explaining this in a very graphical way. Mapping drive. Also, one good rule is to map drives. Yani, let's say I have a share folder. And instead of when you want to access that share, you have to type the full name of that share. I can give it a logical drive. We can map it to a drive. We can say that this is G drive. You don't really have a G drive, but we can map this share to a G drive. So for the user, he doesn't know where is G. He knows that I have a share called G drive. Okay. So this practice enables users to work with their files without ever knowing where are their files stored. Login scripts can be used to map each user's directly to a drive letter on the user's computer. Users know they must save their files to their, for example, F drive, not knowing it is pointing to a network share. Okay, I mean, they're just repeating themselves. So you just tell them save to F drive, save to G drive. Actually, G drive is not really a physical drive. It is a map. It's a shared folder. This is common. Shares must be created in order for network users to be able to access the disks on the servers. So you must determine which folders will be shared. This you have to do at the beginning before you do anything on the server. What do you want to share? What name you will give to this share? What permissions you will grant to users to the shares? What offline file settings you will use for these shares? Offline settings, we will talk about it. So let's first know who is the creator owner. Okay, creator owner is the one who created the file. So you can share. If you create a file, you can share. Okay, just right click on the file and then share. Choose specific people and then put their usernames. It will ask you. We will do this in the lab. I'll show you how to do that. Use sharing tab of the folder's properties sheet for greater control. Okay, here. You see? File sharing. Whom you want to share. Okay, you can add. Look here, you can click on add. Click on advanced sharing always. Now we are experts. So we have to go to advanced sharing and then control. Okay, what kind of sharing we will have. We will do this in the lab, inshallah. Now we have two types of folder shares. This is an important slide. We have SMP, server message blocks. This is, okay, used by Windows. And we have NFS. This is used by Unix. You have to know that. Okay, please write it down, put a mark. It's coming sometime, multiple choice or maybe short answer. Okay. Standard for Unix sharing is they use NFS. For Microsoft, they use SMP. So to create a folder share, we will do this in the lab, inshallah. So we will go over this when we do the lab. So I can skip this. Okay, so just skip this one. I'll show you what they mean here. Okay. Do you see this option here? Allow caching of share. Okay. This means that even if the connection is down, the internet is down, you can access this share, or the network is down because you have downloaded a cache of this. But if some changes happen, you will not have these changes. Okay. That's it for this slide. This is all we are going to do in the lab. This is a small chapter. So I will stop here. Any questions before we move to another topic? Any questions? I'll stop this one.